in the planet. She'll send me in the right directions. Just kind of my most grounded, healed friend. So welcome, Jory, to the show.
Hey, thanks for having
How's it
me.
going? Oh
Good.
gosh, anytime. I like it. I'm having wine. It's okay. It's the morning.
Yeah. You know.
It's fine.
Well, I had my
Okay,
little
so
drink before we started, so you know.
you know what? Why not? We're
Mhm.
independent women. We pay our bills. We deserve to have a drinky drink. So, okay, I want to first start with your crystal shop. How did that come about? Have you always been into crystals? How did you start the shop? How do you run it?
Great question. So, I'm currently on Instagram. You can find me at Earthly Tumble. I also do vendor pop-ups. I will say I am horrible at social media, as in keeping my business going on there. I am one of those old school chicks. I'm like, give me a brick and mortar so I can go in and shop. But, we're in 2024, so that causes us to shift everything, literally everything, let's be honest, including business and how we make money. And so I'm forced to be online and do vendor pop-ups, which I really enjoy doing my vendor pop-ups because I'm able to be one-on-one with people, which is fantastic. And I really feel like when you are crystal shopping, I'm old school in the fact of you are drawn to it, you touch it, you feel it, you see how it reacts to you. And so I prefer to do vendor pop-ups. That's why I would prefer to have a brick and mortar as well. But you know, Instagram is the place to be these days to sell stuff. So I just need to get up on that, honestly. So you can
I
find
could
me on
help you.
Instagram.
I like social media. I know how to
I
post
know,
a lot. I'm definitely
I
good at
know,
that.
right?
Yeah, I'm an over poster, but
Right. Well,
how you got to suck
it's like
them
on
in.
our personal stuff we are, right? We're like, hey, look at all our bullshit. Look at like our drama. Look at our, our work. Look at this, that. But I don't know what it is. It's like it truly is a blockage for me. It's something that I've been trying to work on myself of, I guess, rolling with the new times because I just have such an old school mindset when it comes to life in general. So it's been a learning lesson for me, for sure, even at the ripe age of about to be 37.
I know. We're both Aries. We're both having birthdays coming up soon, so I'm
I know.
excited. It's almost April.
I
Woo.
know. It's kind of scary
Um,
though. So
well, no, we're turning 25 and 24, so it's not that
yeah,
scary. We're just in our
yeah.
20s. We
Right.
just sound like we have more life experience than we do. Wink, wink.
Right.
Um, I really like your crystal shop. It's cool. I bought one of the crystals. I have it up there. I think they're awesome. They have some healing properties. They look cool. I like my son's birthstones too. That's like a neat aspect of it. But you guys should go over and check out Earthly Tumble. It's a neat little, and I get what you're saying. You know what? We have to step out of our ego and kind
Yeah.
of say, hey, I'm really into this. So I want people to see this. Cause I know even me, I'm like, oh, should I post again? I just posted. This feels weird. Oh, am I posting too much Stephanie's Rock Show? No, I really am having fun with this. And I hope somebody else has fun with this. And if they don't, cool, keep scrolling, like
Right.
no big
And
deal.
that's what it is. I mean, it's not necessarily being ashamed or nervous or how people are going to perceive me because I'm so far past that. Um, it's just hard for me to be a salesperson in that aspect. It's like, I'm not the person that's like, come buy this crystal. You need this crystal. It's
Yeah.
not about that. And it's never been about that. This was one of those childhood passions where, I always joke around with everybody that I meet that I'm a crystal girl, but I was in the game before the game was big, let's be honest. Like I was that
Yeah.
kid collecting rocks my whole entire life. And, where literally we would have bucket full of shells and rocks and random shit that I would find on the ground in buckets in my parents' backyard. It's just
Yeah.
something that shifted into my adulthood and just by the people that I met throughout my journey. And um it just became more of a everyday thing for me, with healing, with lifestyle, with my household, with my clients at work. Yeah, it's just become something that I do every day. And so that's kind of what like got me into like, hey, maybe I should sell some of these, maybe I should help some people out.
Yeah.
And
I know I feel personally attacked because I've liked dream catchers for 20 years. And now there's reels coming out and memes that if the girl has a dream catcher and a crystal in her room, run, she's spiritually.
right?
And I'm like, wait, what? I've always had that. I just think they're cute and they're cool
Yeah.
looking. But apparently I have
Yeah.
issues. And the
Well,
internet has told me I
we
have
all
issues by how I decorate my room. I know the
right.
best fun people have issues. My favorite
Yeah,
people.
I agree. 100%. Keeps us
Okay,
interesting.
I want to get into astrology a little bit next because
Yeah.
I like to watch the reels. I like to look into it, but you know a lot more about it.
Yeah.
Like, when did you start getting into astrology, and do you know anything about like what's going on right now?
So I got into it when I was a kid, which, you know me stuff. I was raised in a very conservative Christian family that did not believe in any of that kind of stuff and still doesn't. Um, and it was weird because I was that kid that was like flipping through the magazines. Remember like Cosmo magazine when
Oh
we would
yeah.
like get the good magazines and then it would have like your horoscope in the back and you'd read it and you're like, oh, okay, this is what's going to happen for me this month, you know? Um, and so that's kind of how I got into it as a kid. I didn't really like believe in it in a sense of using it. Now I use it every single day of my life pretty much. But so yeah, so it wasn't until I probably got into my 20s really when my spiritual journey really opened up to me, where I really started paying attention to the planets and how they all affect us. And um I'm a firm believer. I am a firm believer that the plants have a lot of control over us and or what could potentially happen in our life because of the energy that we're receiving from them. So um yeah. Yeah, I'm gearing up for this next couple weeks. It's going to be
I
a
think
little
that
harsh
makes
one. I'm
sense.
hoping good vibes. I think that it will be good for the people that are aware and that are paying attention to their lifestyles and who's in their life and where they give their energy to. But what we already shifted into Aries season on the 19th. We just started spring
Oh, hang
equinox,
on one
which
second.
is the new year. This is something that I argue with a lot of people about because
We
I am a
are
firm
paused.
believer, which if you do your
No,
research of
no.
our history of human beings, you will find out that spring equinox is the true new year. So we just stepped into a fresh new year, which I'm super stoked. I'm always pumped. It's Aries season is a good season for us. We always get a little.
Yes.
We're ready. We're ready for it, right? So
Yeah. A burst of energy.
yeah. So we got that going on. We have a solar eclipse coming up, which is going to be insane. The crazy stuff. I don't know if you've been reading online about all
Just a
this.
little bit.
Oh, they're like shutting, like, I know prior to, I guess, getting closer to the eclipse, where we're at, the schools are all being shut down on the day of the eclipse. Everybody's kids are supposed to be at home. There's all this political stuff going on in like Colorado, Texas, Utah. I know in like the southern states like Tennessee, and it all has to do with how the eclipse is going to hit. And I mean, I personally feel like it has to do with